Hi guys, my name is Bas and welcome to episode number 3 of my R tutorials here on YouTube. Good to see you all back here. So I do recommend watching my previous episodes on R because they explain the basics and how everything works and how you install packages, but you're not obligated to do so because I'll explain everything in this video right now as well. So if this video is helpful to you, then please leave a like on it and more importantly, please subscribe. I will make far more R videos and they will be very helpful, but I need your guys' help by pressing that subscribe button. So today we're going to have a look at 3 types of data. It's a data frame, a list, and a matrix. And we're going to start off by downloading a package if you haven't done that already, and it's the magrider package. So if it's the first time you would install it, you would type install point packages, and then between brackets, between quotation marks, magrider, so M-A-G-R-I-T-T-R. But since I've already downloaded it, you just have to go to library and then say magrider. Yeah. And then run that code by pressing Ctrl Enter. So now you have an access to making the data frames. So that is the first type we're going to look at today. It's going to be data frames. I've already taken a look at that in episode number 1, so it might be familiar to you, but I'll just discuss it one more time. So data frames is going to be the title of this subchapter. Once again, if you put a hashtag in front of a text, then R will recognize that it is not a code, but a note to yourself. And today we're going to work with 3 variables. The first one is going to be age, and age will be consisting of a number of 6 ages in total: 28, 27, 26, 25, 26, and 27. The second variable is going to be names, and names will consist of the combination of my own name is going to be Bas, the second name is going to be Kelvin, the third name is going to be Niels, the fourth name is going to be Britta, the fifth name is going to be Anna, and the sixth name is going to be Robert. And then we press enter, and the third and final variable for today is going to be gender, and gender will consist of the combination of male, 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 female, female, and female. Now if you select these codes and then run them by pressing Ctrl Enter, then now on the right in the environment you can see that I've made 3 variables, 1 numeric variable which is age and 2 character variables which are gender and names. Now if we would like to make a data frame out of this, we'll make a new data frame and call it my data frame, and it will consist of the data point frame function of the 3 variables age, names, and gender. So you select the code, data point frame, and then between brackets the variables, and you press Ctrl Enter. Then on the right you can see that a new variable has been made, a new data type which is called my data frame, and it consists of 6 observations of 3 variables. And if you would now go to the right, you can see a very small symbol over here, and if you press it, then a new source screen opens and it shows the data frame we actually want to see, and it's age, names, and gender of the 6 respondents. So that's how a data frame works. Okay, so that's how data frames work. Something which is quite similar actually is called a matrix. So matrices. How do you make a matrix inside of R? Well, it's actually really easy. We call it my matrix, just like we called it my data frame. We call it my matrix, and it's made out of the matrix function. So matrix function. And then it's made of the age variable, and we want that it consists of 2 columns and 3 rows. So the variable you want, the amount of columns and the amount of rows. Then you select the code and press Ctrl Enter. And matrix needs to be with a small letter. This is what I keep repeating. Guys, the most important lesson in R is that if you need small letters, you have to use small letters. Well, if you have to use capital letters, you have to use capital letters. I just mixed it up and then you get an error. So please be very careful. Then we press Ctrl Enter And then on the right, we can see that below my data frame, there's now a data type called my matrix. And if we then go to the right and press that symbol again, then we will see a matrix with the age variable. So it shows the 6 age values, and it has 2 rows and 3 columns. So that's how you make a matrix. And last but not least, we're gonna have a look at lists. So lists. And we're gonna make a list and call it list number 1. So list 1, and it is gonna consist of the list function, yeah. And then between brackets, it's gonna be names, age, gender. And you select the code and you run it. And then on the right, in the environment section, you will see in the data types that besides the my data frame and my matrix, there's now my list. There is now list number 1. And it consists of a list of 3 variables. So that's how you make a list. You could even make it a bit more sophisticated and make list number 2 and make it consist of the list function. And then this time it will contain the age variable. It can even contain list number 1 itself. So you can put a list in a list, and let's even put a function in here. So let's use the mean of age. So list number 2 will consist of the list function, and then the variable age, the list number 1 which we just made, and the mean of the age variable. And then you press Ctrl Enter, and then now on the right you can see list number 2 is still a list of 3. And if you then go to the right and press on the zoom function, then you can see over here that list number 2 consists of the age, which is 26, 27, 26, 25, 26, 27. And it contains a list itself, and it contains the age mean, which is 26.5. You could also press besides the I'll close this screen again. Besides clicking on the zoom variable, you can also take a look at the play button, and then you'll once again see that it's first a numeric variable being age, and then the values, then a list of 3 which contains of a character variable, a numeric variable, and a character variable, and then last but not least it contains a numeric mean of the variable age, which is 26.5. Okay, so that's how you make a data frame in R, a matrix in R, and a list in R. So you can put list in list in list in list. It's going to be super sophisticated. You can make it as difficult for yourself as you want. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, then please leave a like on this video, and more importantly, please subscribe. I will make lots more R videos to help you guys out. I will discuss everything topic by topic, but please, you can seriously help me by pressing that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. So please do that, and I will see you guys on the next tutorial. Ciao.